Good morning and welcome to CSA Meditation 15 Minutes. This is a time for centering, for becoming quiet, for knowing your interior and exterior world dissolves a little bit. So in this place, I ask that you just get comfortable in your chair. If you need to move around, or you at home, or if you're lying down, just get comfortable. Let whatever you're on support you, support your body. And come into the time when you have yourself. This is a time just for you. And if you can, take a nice deep breath and exhale and drop into your body, drop into that place where the breath resides. And come into that time when it is just for you. And if you're able, let your feet connect to the earth and begin to feel that energy as you breathe in, as the earth is waking up from a slumber, from a quiet time. And just feel that come into your body, because the earth can awaken in you that life that it is sharing. And when you exhale, let the earth take whatever is not of this moment, is not of this time, is not of this place, that you no longer need. And if you can, just follow your breath and the earth's pulse in and out. And as you begin to feel what it is like to have the earth's energy, to feel it in your very bones, in your cells, allow that to take anything that is not working correctly and just let it be. Let it go into the earth. And as you inhale this energy, open all the way up, all the way into your lungs and your throat and your mind and into your crown chakra. The very top of your head can open and receive also the energy from the sky and the stars and the moon and the sun. And if you're able to feel like you are connected between the two spheres, you are a lightning. You are a lightning rod. You can generate and receive the energy from both spheres. And as I become quiet and let you just listen to whatever is coming to you today, and whatever comes up in you, let it be. Notice it, be aware, and I will bring you back when it is time. It will be about 7 minutes of silence, and you can focus on your breath or on the music or on whatever you like. This is your time. You are safe, you are held, and you're protected. begin to bring yourself and your awareness back to your body. And feel if there's any place, any time, anything you need to release before you become fully present. You can bring anything back with you into this time, into this sanctuary. It is yours. Any thoughts, any feelings that came up for you are welcome back here. Begin to notice your breath coming in and going out, bringing energy and releasing, bringing and releasing, and notice the feeling in your hands and feet. You might want to move a little bit. And as you come fully return to this time, I ask that you slowly open your eyes, take it easy, and enjoy this Super Sunday. And so it is.
So last week I was stopped by someone and she's like, I just want to check out your shirt because you always have on an interesting shirt. And I said, well, as it would happen, this month for Black History Month, I will wear a different new shirt each Sunday in celebration of Black History Month. So
thank you.
Make sure you zoom in and get the whole artwork because it's all tells a story as we celebrate Black History Month. Maybe I'll do it for other months as well. Who knows? But that's what happened this week. Now let's go inside, find that specialness that we all have, and let's celebrate that today. Can we do that together? Great is your mercy towards me, your loving kindness towards me, your tender mercies I see day after day, forever faithful towards me, your love providing for me. Great is your mercy towards me. Great is your grace. Great is your mercy towards me. Your loving kindness towards me. Your tender mercies I see day after day. For towards me. Great is your grace.
Great is your mercy toward me, always providing for me. Great is your mercy for me. Great is your grace, always providing for me. Great is your mercy. I see your tender mercies toward me. Great is your grace.
Great is your mercy towards me. You're always providing for me. Your tender mercies I see day after day. Forever faithful towards me, always providing for me. Great is your mercies for me. Great is your grace.
Great is your mercy towards me. Your loving kindness towards me. Your tender mercies I see. Great is your grace. Forever faithful towards me, always providing for me. Great is your mercy towards me. Great is your grace.
Oh yeah.
At the mention of your name, every knee will bow, every tongue confess
That you are God. Oh yes. At the mention of your name, every knee will bow, every tongue confess, you are God. Now we all sing together.
At the mention of your name, every knee will bow, every tongue confess that you are God. At the mention of your name, every knee will bow, every tongue confess that you are God.
Then we said this part, Spirit.
Spirit, you are God. Oh, that you are God.
Then we just say it out to Spirit. We say,
Spirit, you are God. Oh, oh. Spirit, you are God. Oh, oh. Spirit, you are God. Oh, oh. Spirit, you are God. Oh, oh.
and then simply you just sing out to Spirit and you just say it from your heart.
Say, Spirit, 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 you are God. Oh, oh. Spirit, you are God. Oh, oh. Spirit, you are God. Oh, oh.
Last time you say,
Spirit, you are God. Oh, oh.
all right, good morning and welcome to everyone here in the building, especially our choir today. Also want to say welcome to Rosie and Veronica and Barbara, Len, Jermaine, Todd, Curtis, and Philip. And after this song, we're going to sing our kids song, even though we don't have any kids here. Oh, we got one left. He's waiting for us. So hang tight. We want you to sing one more song with us, and then we're going to all sing to you before you go to church. Deal? All right, we got a deal. But first, let's get up, everybody, and sing together. Here we go. We lift our hands. Come on.
We lift our hands in the sanctuary. We lift our hands to give God the glory. We lift our hands to give God the praise. And we will praise God for the rest of our days. Yes, and we will praise God for the rest of our days. We lift our hands in the sanctuary. We lift our hands to give God the glory. We lift our hands to give God the praise. And we will praise God for the rest of our days. Yes, and we will praise God for the rest of our days.
So now that we lifted our hands up in this place, I want to know, can you all clap your hands like this? We're going to sing We Clap Our Hands. Here we go. Come on.
We clap our hands in the sanctuary. We clap our hands to give God the glory. We clap our hands to give God the praise. And we will praise God for the rest of our days. Yes, and we will praise God for the rest of our days. We clap our hands in the sanctuary. We clap our hands to give God
sing to this young man. He gets his
He's
own
going to get it all today.
music for an entrance to
Yes.
class today. So everybody, let's sing to him.
Spirit loves the little children, all the children of the world. No matter who you are, you're a bright and shining star. Spirit loves the little children of the world. The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here.
Yes, it is.
Y'all gotta sing with me now.
All right, everybody, good morning and welcome. Where the presence of the Lord is at. Well, we want you to help bring that presence in with a joyful noise. Will you sing along with us? Here we go. Come on.
The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The presence of the Lord is here. The presence of the Lord is here. Is here.
Now it's time to talk about the love of the Lord.
The love of the Lord is here. The love of the Lord is here. Feel it in the atmosphere. The love of the Lord is here. The love of the Lord is here. Is here.
Now let's talk about the power of the Lord.
The power of the Lord is here. The power of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. The power of the Lord is here. The power of the Lord is here. Is here. Is here.
Let's take it out. Everyone sing along with me. Say,
I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessings right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. I can feel the presence of the Lord, and I'm gonna get my blessing right now. The presence of the Lord is here.
Good morning, church. God is good when? I'm so glad to have you in the church that Love is building here in West Sacramento. And I want to just say hello to Lynn and Jermaine, Todd, Curtis, Philip, Peter and Heather. So glad to have you in the congregation this morning. You know, it just occurred to me, somebody said this morning that they didn't realize that the flowers out front are free. They're absolutely free. So be sure and take a bunch home when you leave the church. Folks at home, you ought to come to church so you can get some flowers, take it home. I always like to remind myself what kind of a church we're in. We're in a church with many, many, many beliefs, and they all boil down to these four. The four beliefs are these. Number one is that God is all there is. There's no oppositional power to that power. There's no external evil. There's no external devil. But the power of God is within us all of the time. Now, we know there's plenty of evil and plenty of devilishness in this world, but we believe it starts and stops right here in the minds of human beings. The second belief that we have is that all thought is creative and influential. And as a result of that, we're thoughtful what kind of thinking that we do around here. We don't beat ourselves up. If we have a mean-spirited thought, we just put in a new thought, keep moving. We're not a shaming tribe. We're not a blaming tribe. We just put in a new thought and keep moving on. The third belief that we have, and this gets a little tougher, is that everything in our experience is either a call for love or an expression of love. No exceptions, none, zip. And sometimes that's hard because love can come clumsy, love can come ugly. But if we can return love to that moment, we can transform that moment and begin to transform the planet. The last belief that we have that we hold on to with all of our heart, all of our mind, and all of our soul is that you are whole, perfect, and complete just as you are right this second. So knowing that that's the kind of church you're in, I'd just like to welcome anybody here for their second visit. If this is your second visit to CSA back here, we got one. So glad you came back today. Thank you. And now if any first-time visitors, we're not going to ask you to stand up and say your name, but if you're a first-time visitor and you'd be willing to raise your hand, our ushers have a gift for you as well. All right, so glad you...
So glad you came to celebrate Spirit. You are welcome here. We hope this isn't your last time. Anytime you're passing by, you are welcome here. So glad you came. Feel free to worship and celebrate Spirit's name. So glad you came to celebrate Spirit. You are welcome here.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, I am Dr. Tamu Green, and I am a member of your Board of Trustees. Very happy to be here today. Thank you. So please join me in reading the Center's mission statement. The Center for Spiritual Awareness is a diverse and caring community in which we share spiritual nourishment and celebrate all paths to God through the principles of science of mind. Okay, so some announcements. The CSA Traveling Lunch Bunch has scheduled the next lunch at Bangkok Garden Thai Cuisine on Tuesday, February 15th. There is a new way to connect for Wednesday meditation. You can join the CSA practitioners for our new meditation experience via Zoom or on Facebook Live at 7 p.m. If you are on Zoom, the meditation will be followed by a time for prayer requests and prayers. Silence, meditation, music, and movement workshop is scheduled for Saturday, March 19th. We have flyers in the lobby. Reverend Gil Olmsted will be our second ministerial candidate, and he will be here next week with a message and a workshop. It's important that all attend if possible. We are now offering prayer after service here in the front, so you can please take a seat in the row directly in front of me, and a practitioner will call for you. Only vaccinated practitioners are offering this service at this time, and now is a great time to turn off your cell phone. And I have one more announcement, which is that it is Black History Month, and this is the second week that we have an enjoyable activity for you. And so if you will see in the lobby that there is this sheet here, you can enjoy. All right, those are the announcements.
Thank you. And as always, I like to give thanks. Dr. Mary Bell is who developed these games for every week of Black History Month. So be sure and pick one up. It's a lot of fun. There are pictures of African American folks here, and you get to look and see how many of them you actually know. And if you don't know them, she's got the answers on the back. So that's very nice of her to do that for us. I also just want to say that we're doing the 50-50 raffle again. And for those of you who haven't been here in the last couple of weeks, you will know that we think that the raffle tickets that we had 2 years ago when we first started the 50-50 raffle were stolen during one of the break-ins. So here's our plan. Our plan is if you purchased a ticket by credit card or check, we know who you are. We have a list of you. If you purchased a ticket with cash, we don't know who you are, but we believe you. So if you just go up to Gretchen at that table after church, she will let you know that she will just give you a ticket because you said, I bought a ticket, I bought it with cash, I don't have the ticket anymore, and so she'll take care of you. If you haven't bought a ticket, it's a good thing to do. We're on April 10th. We will be selecting the winner, and we hope we will have reached the number $10,000 so that you will have an opportunity of between only one of 200 people. So the odds are very good for you to win this $10,000, and in the meantime, you help the church. All right. Let us fill up the rest of these beings of light that are in our heart this day, and as you're thinking of those people, I want to just acknowledge and honor the Patwin, Maidu, and Nisenan First Peoples for their original and continued stewardship of this land upon which CSA stands. Now, if there are beings of light in your heart today for whatever reason, maybe it's a pet you're thinking of, or a person who's not feeling well, or they're traveling, or they just live far away and you're thinking about them. It's Valentine's weekend. Maybe you're thinking about somebody. Speak their name aloud in the sanctuary, if you will. Eleanor, Emma, Jesus. I speak their name in peace everywhere. And now it's time to anchor ourselves in prayer. So as I sound my bowl 3 times, I invite you to allow the tone of this bowl to take you deep into that place where no harm has ever come. Deep into that place where you know and you know you are whole, perfect, and complete.
To be still. I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still. Let God love me. When the world starts to push and and shove me. I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still and let God love me. When this world starts to push and shove me, I need to be still and let God love me.
And as we gather in this center, in this sanctuary, right here and right now, I feel that there is a presence for good beyond my comprehension, a force, an energy, a love so vast that I'm daily in awe. This life, this love force is called by many names: Allah, God, divine love, sacred oneness, and many more. Whatever name you may speak, know that it is holy and yours and welcomed here, as we are all welcomed here, and we are all one, and I know this in my soul. I'm never separate or apart from this divinity, but one with it now and always. I remember this, and I know this is true for me. I know this is true for you in the sanctuary and online. I bring my full attention, my presence to this place, this service, and see, hear, and sense the truth in the words, the music, and the people who are here today. I know that all receive the gift that they came to get today. Whatever they need, whatever you need, whatever's on your heart, bring it into this sanctuary. And I know that the truth spoken in love will speak to that. I accept all the good that is mine now. I accept that everyone here is here with an open heart. I want to give deep thanks for this place existing, for this time, for this day, for this beautiful spring weather, for the reawakening of the earth and the regathering of its people. I give deep gratitude to all, because all are welcome here, especially to the musicians, the choir, the praise team, the teachers, the administration, the tech wizards, practitioners, ministers, and especially for the words and wisdom of our minister, Reverend Dr. Georgia Prescott. Thank you. Thank you. In gratitude, I release this prayer knowing that it's already done, knowing that it's already complete. And please say with me, and so it is. Thank you, thank you. I got one more thing to do. My name is Chaplain Zola Ferguson. I'm one of the registered, certified. I don't know what I am. I'm a practitioner here and have been for years. Thank you. I'm going to read the affirmation aloud. It's in your pamphlet or on the wall, and then I'll have you stand and read it with me afterwards. Today, I allow myself to be blessed beyond my wildest imagination, and my imagination can be pretty wild. Please stand if you can. Today, I allow myself to be blessed beyond my wildest imagination, and my imagination can be pretty wild. And so it is. Blessings, blessings.
Good morning. I'm practitioner Michael Coleman, and I've been honored to read today's sacred reading by Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Hate multiplies hate, violence multiplies violence, and toughness multiplies toughness in a descending spiral of destruction. The chain reaction of evil, hate begetting hate, wars producing more wars, must be broken, or we shall be plunged into the dark abyss of annihilation. Nonviolence is the answer to the crucial political and moral questions of our time. The need for man to overcome oppression and violence without resorting to oppression and violence. Man must evolve for all human conflict a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is only love, and so it is.
It makes no difference what you're going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. So hold your head up, put a smile on your face. This is another test. It won't last always. Get ready for your blessing. Get ready for your miracle. Hurting deep down inside. Let me encourage you, it's gonna be alright. Struggles and trials come to make you strong. Keep on believing, you keep holding on. Get ready for your blessing. Get ready for your miracle. For your blessing, get ready blessing. God's got a 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 blessing. With your name on it. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. With your name on it. 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 How many people think God's got a blessing with your name on it? Let me hear it. God's got a blessing. 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 With my name on it. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Everybody now. With my name on it. 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 God bless you.
It's so great to have the CSA New Thought Gospel Choir back. Soloist, Mr. Sam Phelps. Under the direction of Mr. David Mormon. We're coming back, folks. We're coming back. Welcome to Tim, Janice, Becca, Todd, Tricia, Philip, Denise, Curtis, and Viola. So glad to have you here. All right, the spiritual wisdom that I'm working with today is that who we are is how we are, and how we are is who we are. If we understand that we are the embodiment of spirit, if we understand what the Muslims say, that we are the very hands and feet of God on the planet, then we understand that we are creative, that we are abundant, that we are happy, that we are loving people, and that even the sky is not the limit for us. If we are operating under the mistaken belief that we are defined by human feedback from our well-meaning but often misguided members, friends and family members, our lives will reflect that, because who we are is how we are. You know, I had a great example come into the church this morning of somebody who wasn't willing to listen to the outer, wasn't willing to listen to well-meaning people, listen to people who were actually in favor of having less smokers in the world. And smokers, I apologize to you, but we're gonna talk about how important it is so that young people are not smoking, especially young people. So Dr. Tamu Green, 20 years ago, developed a program in which they could work with eliminating young smokers. And then maybe even if they eliminated young smokers, they could phase out smoking in the future. So she is now in Time magazine. Yeah. The fight for a tobacco-free generation is what she's been working on. Now, here's what she tells me. She tells me that even people who were anti-smokers, even people who were working in the movement to get smoking diminished, were not supportive of their plan. They thought it was a crazy plan. It was a nutty plan. She didn't listen to them. She understood that she had a power greater and she had a mission greater than what her people were saying to her. And as a result of that, she's in Time magazine. But more important than her being in Time magazine is there's now a movement to try and phase out smoking for young people. There's actually a program for doing that work. For some of us, like Tamu, the understanding that we are God just comes naturally. We don't have to study it. It's just there. For other people, like myself, we have to develop what Brene Brown calls grounded confidence. Isn't that a delicious phrase? Grounded confidence. It's a confidence that comes up from getting up after you fall down. It's not a blustery or an arrogant confidence. It's not a confidence built on BS. It's a real confidence. And it's built on self-awareness. Self-awareness meaning that we understand that we are God-informed, that we're the very hands and feet, that we're good Muslims in that area. If we're willing to embrace the internal courage that all of us have, we can trade our heavy, suffocating armor that keeps us small. We can trade that for grounded self-confidence that lifts us up and supports our efforts to be brave in the world. It's unreasonable to believe, however, that we can just rip off our self-protection mechanisms and streak through life. Most of us armor up early. We armor up as we're kids because we needed to. In some instances, our armor protected us from being hurt, from being disappointed, or from feeling invisible, feeling unlovable in our life. In some of our lives, in some situations, we had to self-protect to stay physically and emotionally safe. Vulnerability is the greatest casualty of trauma. Now, you remember I was here about 3 weeks ago and we talked about how important it is to rumble with vulnerability, to actually be vulnerable in the world. So I want to read that sentence again. Vulnerability is the greatest casualty of trauma. When we're raised in unsafe environments, when we're confronted with racism, with homophobia, with violence, with poverty, with sexism, with ageism, with sizeism, and most importantly, when we're confronted daily with that pervasive shaming that so many of us grew up in, then vulnerability can be life-threatening and we have to put on the armor. Our armor is safety. Sociologists tell us that millennials and Gen Zers were raised by parents who swaddled them in armor to keep them safe because of their own lack of confidence as parents and as people. The more grounded confidence that parents can have, the more likely they are to prepare their children for life's ups and downs. And that's so important because we see kids today who are not equipped because they had helicopter parents. They had parents that were trying to solve every one of their problems for them instead of walking with them. trying to fix everything. The grounded, confident parent teaches their children to live into their values. A value is a way of being or believing that we hold most important in our lives. Living into our values means that we have to do more than just profess them. We have to do more than just talk about them. We have to live our values. We have to walk our talk around values. We are clear about what we believe, and we hold that important. And we take care that our intentions and our words and our actions are in alignment with those values and beliefs. The challenge in living our values is that many of us haven't had the time to contemplate the values that are most important to us. Our values also need to be contemplated not only once, but annually. We need to contemplate our values. They need to be updated because our values can change in our life, especially those of us on the spiritual path, especially those of us who are taking classes here at CSA. I can guarantee you when I started taking classes in metaphysics, my values began to change in my life. Brene Brown shares 5 steps to be able to live into our values, to be able to understand them and then actually walk with them. The first of the 5 values is this: we can't live into our values that we can't name. If you don't know what your values are, if they're still on the subconscious level, you can't live into them. We have to know what is our North Star, what is guiding our decisions, what is guiding our next steps. What values do we hold the most sacred? We can't work to stay in line with values that are still below our consciousness. Brene Brown says that people in her workshops often ask her, do you want me to tell you my professional values or do you want me to tell you my personal values? And Brene says there's only one value, one set of values. And they can't be changed by context. They can't be changed by what you are, where you are. Our spiritual calling, our soul calling really, is to live in a way that is aligned with what is most important regardless of the setting, regardless of the situation. And it's not easy all the time. It means we have to live our values when they are not the same as our boss's values, when they're not the same as our family's values, when they're not the same as our tribe's values, when they're not the same as our Facebook friends' values. We still have to live those values. You know, 4 years ago, I was looking at my notes and I did a similar sermon on this book. And I realized that one of the things that I did was to put a page of values in your bulletin so that you could kind of look at it. There's a space on the back of this page that you can actually write your own values if you don't find them on the front, although there are a lot of them on the front. Now, here's the task. The task is to look at this page when you get home. You don't need to do it right now. Look at this page when you get home and pick 2 values. Not 5 values, not 10 values, not 15 values, but 2 values. And you know what? That's not easy to do. It's easy to pick 15, but you have to whittle them down to 2. And the 2 are the most important. Why? Because we're looking for the most important values that drive your life, that inform your decisions, the values that will help you find your way in the dark, the values that will help you find your way when you just feel crummy about yourself. Those are the ones we want. So if we were to use this church as an example, it was very difficult for me to whittle down to 2 values for the church. I could do 15, but whittling down for 2 took me some time. The ones I came up with eventually were sharing spiritual principles and diversity. So all the decisions that the board makes is in alignment with these 2 values. It's in alignment at Big People Church. It's in alignment at Teen Church. It's in alignment back in Junior Church. Everything we do, all the programs that we do, all the hikes we take, all the wine we drink, everything we do is in alignment with these two values, and they're non-negotiable. So here's what happens. I'm going to go on. What brings me to step 2, taking values from talk into behavior. It's easy to talk about having values. It's a harder thing to live them. I rarely have to defend sharing spiritual principles as a value. But it's not uncommon for me to have to defend diversity as a value in this church. Folks misunderstand sometimes my talking about authentic oneness as I'm talking about politics. Sometimes my policy of having a diverse board of directors by design and not by default is criticized because people think I'm not looking past race into what skills are available. Sometimes people think that only allowing men to read the sacred reading. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I only allow men to read the sacred reading, and I've done that for 23 years. Why have I done that for 23 years? Because I want men to see themselves on the pulpit. We're a very female-dominated pulpit. And until we got Rick, we were almost an exclusively female-dominated pulpit. So I only allowed men. I took a ration for that decision in my life. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I've been accused by white people of not caring about black people. I've been accused by black people of not caring about white people. So how do I handle these calls for love? By knowing that I have a value of diversity that drives this church. Step 3. Step 3 in leaning into your values is empathy and self-compassion. The two most important seats in any arena are empathy and compassion. The idea of seats in an arena comes from one of Brene Brown's favorite quotes by Theodore Roosevelt. And the quote is this: "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who actually is in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and at the worst, if he fails, he at least fails while daring greatly in his life." You know, one of the greatest challenges during our arena moments is the people in the stands. It's not the people down on the court. It's the people in the stands. Specifically, the hardened season ticket holders who show up rain or shine. The arena is full of seats, but these are the seats we choose to focus on. Shame has two of those season tickets. I'm not good enough is one of them, and who do you think you are is another one. And almost all of us have experienced that feedback in our life. Who do you think you are? And ultimately, you're not good enough. Scarcity and compassion also have seats in this section. Never enough money, never enough time, never enough opportunities. And look how much better those people are than I am in my life. Then there are the box seats reserved for the privileged. Those are the ones who are filled by people who built the arena. And they built the arena to benefit the people who look like them in terms of race and class and sexual orientation, ability and status. Those people have already determined your odds based on stereotypes, misinformation, and fear. And we have to acknowledge the people in the box seats, and we have to talk about them. We can't be silent. Regardless of the values you pick, spiritually committed people, those folks who are committed to creating a world that works for everyone, who live their values, are never silent about the hard things in life. And that goes with our family, people in our workplaces. we have to be less silent. We have to learn to speak up against the hard things. Silence is not about being brave. Showing up and being courageous around difficult conversations is not a path you can predetermine. Being brave is is not someone who is armed with all the answers. It's not someone who can it's not someone who can facilitate flawless discussions on hard things, but someone who's willing to make mistakes, someone who's willing to keep talking around the messiness of life. Brave spiritual warriors are people who say, I see you, I hear you, I don't have all the answers, but I'm going to keep listening, and I'm going to keep asking all the questions. And you know what? We all have capacity to do that. We all have capacity when we don't understand something, when we don't like something, to listen even more, to ask questions, to understand we don't have all the answers. The most important seats in the arena are the ones we need to focus on the most, especially in difficult times. And those seats in the arena are reserved for empathy and self-compassion. In the empathy seats, we need just 2 or 3 people who understand our values, who are willing to support our values. Maybe don't even agree with our values, but they're willing to support us through our values and our effort to put them into action. And self-compassion is simply for us. It's a reminder that if we can't cheer ourselves on, we can't cheer anybody else on in this life. If we don't make our own values a priority, we can't ask other people to do it for us. I hope you will take time and take this page home. You know, we are not a church that just wants you to know about spirituality. We want you to know it in your heart. We want you to activate it in your life as parents, as grandparents, as people in the offices, as people at the gas station. Everywhere you go, we want you to activate this idea that we live in our values and be curious about what other people's values are in their lives. So let's take this message into prayer. Knowing that there is only love on the planet and everything unlike love we bring. So we can gently let it go. We can let jealousy go. We can let comparison go. We can let lack of self-confidence go, because we know it's replaced with love. I give thanks for that. I release this word into the law, and together we say, and so it is. If you will take your gift in your hand and repeat after me, money is God in action. I send it forth to bless and to prosper all who come in contact with it. And so it is. And I welcome Julie, Sterling, Susan, Tim, Janice, Becca, Noah, Kyla, and Elizabeth. Choir, we're ready. the CSA New Thought Gospel Choir. Wow, that was fabulous. That's a sermon in itself, is it not? I love you. I need you to survive. Yes. All right. Okay, so 50-50 raffle, traveling lunch bunch. You can sign up for that out there. There's a retreat coming up. So lots to do here at CSA. Irene, Todd, Jeff, so glad you're here. And Maestro, we are ready for the children. Can you grab that for me? All right, kids, we love you. We're glad you're here. And we're here for you. All right. You can...
We made Valentine's cards for someone that we love today.
All right, great.
God is love, I am love, I am loved.
That's right.
I made these cards for my family.
All right, that's wonderful.
I am loved and you are loved.
That's right. Okay, thank you. Teens.
Today in Teen Group, we celebrated our newcomers by enjoying icebreakers and team-building activities.
All right.
Today's quote is, "Getting to know someone else involves curiosity about where they have come from, who they are."
That's a great thing. That was a great thing. All right, if you will stand, we'll do the benediction. I hope to see many of you here next week, and many of you who are at home today getting ready for the Super Bowl. I wore my red. I know the 49ers are not in it, but I wore it anyway. Come next Sunday. Let's make sure that Reverend Gill has a full house as he comes and shares with us. All right. All right. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my heart. Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my affairs. I take this life out this day. And I share it with another. And so it is. So I am. And so we are. Amen.